Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a special episode of Tigers Talk Rugby. Today we're at the Homecoming alumni event for Clemson Rugby, and we wanted to interview a couple of the alumni and hear about their experiences with Clemson. On that, I'm Ethan Richards.
And I'm CJ Bakel, and like we said, we're out here, so I would like to apologize for any audio quality, but this will be a very special episode for you. Thank you.
So on that note, let's get started with the interviews. Our first interview today is Ryan Pantalina, also known as Red. And Red, when did you play for Clemson Rugby?
I played for Clemson Rugby from 2016 to 2018. That's when I graduated. I was a transfer student when I came in, and I don't even think it was. I found the program, came in here. I just walked on the team, and that's all she wrote.
So, what was your most favorite Clemson Rugby memory? Would you say?
Oh man, that's such a tough question. There's so many good memories, but I gotta say the first year when I came in, I think we played Wake Forest. I couldn't even tell you the score. It had to have been like 100-0, and it was just a great time. Rookies were going in, having their Zulu warrior tries finished off, and it was just a great moment all around for the boys.
Awesome. So what do you want to see from this club in the future, and where do you want to see them grow?
Man, I mean, we've come so far since I first joined. I mean, considering we have the field that we have now, I mean, the alumni base, it has always been there, but it seems like the support is great. I would just love to see that culture keep growing. I would love to see I'd love to see the recruiting grow in some sort of capacity where, whether or not it's, recruiting from high school or just around campus, if that can become a more prominent thing. I just as long as we're sharing the love and growing the team, that's what I'd like to see.
Well, that's all the questions for you, so thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so for our next interview, we have Jason Dom, Clemson alumni and current rugby ATL player. So, Jason, when did you first start playing rugby for Clemson?
I started in 2013 and played through 2017, so 4 years, starting in 2013. Yeah.
And when did you graduate from Clemson?
May 2017.
That's awesome. So what do you want to see from the club, and where do you want to see it grow to?
Yeah, just keeping the numbers up and the facilities, and just smashing teams, That's what you want to see. Kids having fun, learning the game, and getting out into the rugby world.
So what would you say is your favorite Clemson rugby memory?
In terms of rugby playing, probably Vegas Sevens in 2017. We just balled out, and the hot rolls were on. Everyone was firing on all cylinders, made it to the finals, so that was a sick tournament. Lots of great memories off the pitch, but I'll just keep it to the rugby ones for now.
So a couple questions about your MLR experience. You started with Glendale, I guess was the second season, is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep, so second MLR season.
Would you like to enlighten us on what that experience was coming into the MLR and that change of lifestyle for you?
So, I mean, you can just grow so much as a player when that's all you're doing. Like, your whole environment is rugby. All your roommates are rugby. Everybody's job is rugby. So there's just a lot of growth, which was awesome and, exciting for me because sometimes you can feel like, I don't know, you haven't grown a lot as a player in a minute, but then you go into an experience like that and you just it makes the game exciting again because you realize there's so much more to learn and room to grow. So it was awesome.
And how's your transition been over to Atlanta?
It's been awesome. The guys have been super accepting. It's back. I was born in Marietta and I'm from the Southeast, so it's like coming back home, which is awesome for me. Getting back by family and friends. The team's been great. The facilities are getting built, and they're looking awesome. The coaching staff is, top notch. So it's going to be a great season, I think.
That's amazing. Your first game is February 3rd, I believe.
Yeah, that first week in February, we have a home game against the Utah Warriors. So y'all should come out.
So you heard it here.
Yeah, we're planning on coming out for a couple of your games. Definitely that one and then the Rugby United New York game.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll make it out to as many as we can.
For sure. Well, let me know if you come in town, and get you some press passes or something.
Oh, that would be amazing.
That would be awesome. Yeah, we'd appreciate that.
Word. Yeah. All right, well, thank you so much.
Yeah. It's good chatting with y'all. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. Got an alumni here, Hannah. You've played for Clemson when?
Started in 2002, and I'm still sipped, so.
You never stop playing, right?
Never stop playing. Never stop playing. This is part of the comeback tour from last year. So,
Yeah.
Homecoming weekend's been great. It was a great tailgate yesterday. The rain held off. We got a fair mix of older alumni, younger alumni. We got guys from the 80s, 90s, 2000s, and the 2010s. A couple of walking wounded out here, but the young guys are putting up a pretty good fight using their youth and athleticism, but they can't beat our numbers and our sheer guile.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we are currently on the pitch. We are on the pitch mid-game. So,
All right, we should probably clear out. Thank you for the interview.
Absolutely. Let's go Tigers.
One of the women's team alumni, Lee McLeod, with us. So let's get started. When did you play for Clemson Rugby?
So I started in '95. We actually developed the team from a small group of women. We didn't even really have enough to have a full squad, but there was an English individual, Rachel, who was interested in forming a team, and I had no idea what rugby was. I didn't even really know the logistics or anything about it, but she convinced me to come out and be a part of just trying to get this team together and get it going. And I wasn't good enough to play club soccer, so rugby seemed naturally like the next
best thing.
best option for me at the time.
Okay.
Not too serious, some drinking, and running around and getting tackled, which I'm a glutton for punishment, so that was a good thing. That was a good thing for me.
So what would you say is your most favorite, Clemson rugby memory?
So it's hard to pick one. There are so many. I was a super senior, so I did 5 strong years. I would say collectively probably the tournaments, like going and playing other teams and, the fellowship and going to the parties and, talking to other rugby players. And it was kind of like my sorority. I wasn't a sorority person, but rugby was my sorority.
Do you have any team in particular that you remember playing against in tournaments?
Yes, North Carolina was our huge. That was the bane of our existence. We knew coming up playing North Carolina was gonna be tough, and these girls were hard. They practiced hard. I mean, they were a tough team. But my senior year, we won the championship. So we beat North Carolina, and we got to go to New Jersey, to Princeton, and play. And where rugby is really, really, they're serious. I mean, they were not messing around. They laughed when I got off the bus. They're like, can't possibly be your hooker. She is so small. And we got our tails whooped, and that was okay. It was good for us, but taught us some things for sure.
That's awesome.
So what's something that you want to see from the women's team in the future? And what do you kind of expect for them in the future?
So I'm actually really pleased with how the program's developed. I think that their recruiting is on point. I was happy to hear a story about a girl who actually came to Clemson to visit the school to see the rugby program. That was one of her considerations she was taking when choosing a school. So I think the girls have done a great job with keeping it going. I just, as long as they're happy and they can fill the numbers, I think that's the most important thing.
Great.
Well, thank you very much for doing this with us, and we're happy to hear you and have you talk with us. So.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
All right, guys, this will be probably our final interview. So we got 2 special guests for you. We got Nick Richards and Drew Dommel, 2 former Clemson alumni. So how was the game out there today?
Oh, I thought it was pretty spicy. Clearly the alumni are they're just an elite squad, and I think we showed that today.
I think the game plan that we've been talking about all year, really, we did it to perfection. Everything we do was perfect. Can't say it any more than that. The score speaks for itself. I think it was 100-0. Everyone had a drop goal. It was just perfection, in a word.
So how do you feel about the current Clemson side bringing on a whole extra 5 or 6 players into the first half of that game?
I think that speaks to our elite status as a side. I don't think that has any knocks to that current Clemson side. I think that the elite alumni, we had, I think 3 different generations on that squad. So a lot of creaky bones, but a lot of elite players nonetheless.
I think it's good. We got a lot of new guys out on the current team, and like they're new to rugby, so we got the knowledge of the old boys. We got like let them pass to them, but having all these new guys come out is great. It's growing the sport. They got a big future here.
So could you remind the fans at home, when did you guys play rugby?
You talking about just for Clemson?
Yeah, just for Clemson.
Yeah, just for Clemson. All right, so I got here in 2014 and unfortunately tore my ACL in 2018, I think? No, 2017. 2017, damn, I'm old.
And then I came in with Nick and possibly the greatest recruiting class of all time, 2014. shout out Joel. And then I just graduated in 19, did a little fifth year finale. But yeah.
Awesome. So what is your favorite memory with Clemson Rugby across the board?
Hot roll, baby. Going out to Vegas in 2016, I think. Going out there and first big sevens tournament we did, and came in second, and just got to go to Vegas and play rugby with the boys. And not much else in the world better than that.
No, he got boiling lava hot, so I'll go to a different one. I'd say one of the other great experiences was our first year. We were like 51-point underdogs to Arkansas State. They came into our house and we slapped them. And so I think that was an elite Clemson side, and so I think that was a good playoff run and a great time.
That was good.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
So Drew, you're not the first person to say that Vegas trip being your favorite. Jason Dom, I believe, also had said that was his favorite Clemson Rugby memory. So obviously that was a good experience for you guys.
Yeah, Vegas is awesome. I mean, like, it's Vegas, so it's sweet, and then you get to play rugby, and that was I think that is the best rugby team I've ever played on, was that group of guys who went to Vegas, so it was awesome.
I was about to say, I think our points differential was like plus 90 in group play. We were on fire. Mm-hmm. I think we were underdogs in every single playoff game we played. I think we played San Diego State and Central Washington. Mm-hmm. We were supposed to be some big dogs from out west, and little boys out east took it to them. So, I thought that was a good experience.
Awesome. So a couple questions about what Clemson Rugby in its current state. What do you want to see from them, like, going into the future, and how do you want to see them grow as a program?
I think what we have right now is really good. Obviously, it's tough. D1A Mid-South is the best rugby played in the country in college level, and anywhere really. Those big dog teams, they're hard to beat. I just want to be able to keep growing the team, give us some competitive games in the area would be great, which is tough to do with just how college rugby is structured right now. But I just love to see the boys playing some tough competitive teams, and just continue to grow the game, continue to do what you do. It's incredible, the student leadership this year. I think without having the coach, they've all stepped up a lot, and just through adversity the entire time I was here, and what they're going through now, I think it just speaks to the character of the guys on the team from top to bottom. We continue to get these stand-up Class A guys. So I just want to see them grow, try and get in as many games as they can play, and just enjoy their Clemson Rugby experience as much as I did.
Pretty good. I think Drew hit a lot of it. I know. I mean, I'd say that I think one of the best things that Clemson Rugby definitely does well is people can have a social life. They can do things throughout Clemson and still play rugby at an elite level. And I think we just want to find the guys that have the right drive, and I think we're in that. We're kind of going in that trajectory. And I think just one of the most important things is just kind of remember what Clemson Rugby is while we move into that elite status. I know some of these programs kind of get trapped into that whole rugby only thing, and I think one of the great things about Clemson Rugby is people have lives, but we can still play rugby at the top level. And I think as long as Drew said it too, it's getting to play these big games here around in the Southeast, and kind of make a statement for ourselves here in the Southeast, and be one of those programs that people think about in this region of the country. So I think that's where we're headed and where we need to keep going.
So my final question for you both is, who's winning the World Cup?
Oh, dude, don't even ask that. England, baby. You know it. Come on.
Yeah, I got to agree. I think England. I think they're playing South Africa, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think England will still win.
So the Saffies don't have a chance?
No.
Carry him home.
So,
Awesome. Thank you very much. Happy to talk to you. I'm glad to see you back in Clemson for the homecoming weekend. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Go Tigers.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
so I'd like to say thank you one more time.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for hearing the stories of the Clemson alumni. It was pretty fun interviewing all those people.
And like always, give us some criticism in the comments section. We always like to hear what you guys have to say. And drop a like. And go watch some rugby this week. The Rugby World Cup finals are going on. So go watch that.
Yeah, go England. Go England. They're going to win it. Win it all the way. Let's go.